Hello photography fans and welcome back to another LensVid review. Today we're taking a look at a couple of teleprompters by PrompterPeople. Let's see what they can do. Studio teleprompters are a big part of the video industry, used mostly in broadcast. And as all things broadcast, they're big, clunky, and heavy since there's no need to transport them. Today we're looking at two versions of teleprompters by PrompterPeople that combine studio functions and design with portability. Before we get into the review, a short disclaimer. Studio tools are designed for studio-specific workflows, for example, having a dedicated prompter, monitoring, and sending text for the talent to read. The design language and functionality are geared to the studio environment. The set of accessories that PrompterPeople has included in our kit doesn't all fit our workflow, so we will only focus on what works for us. Something that we've been working on in our studio lately is prepare dedicated rigs for specific shooting setups. The PrompterPeople Flex Plus has been our daily driver for these review shoots. It's a pretty heavy setup, so we decided to keep it on a stand for ease of movement. It also frees up the tripods and takes up less space when not in use. PrompterPeople provides modular sleds to put this rig together. To set this up, we use this monitor sled that connects to a base plate with two slide-in fasteners. This long sled holds the reflective glass, the prompter monitor, and the talent monitor. This sled acts as a rail and the position of the monitors can be easily adjusted. There are stoppers here that screw into place to prevent accidental falls. There's plenty of space on these sleds to accommodate more accessories, so we suggest PrompterPeople come up with some holders for the monitor power blocks. The glass mount is collapsible for easier storage and transporting. It locks in place with thumb screws on both sides. The hood is made of fabric and uses Velcro to attach to the frame. This implementation is kind of finicky since the fabric tends to sag and it can come into frame. A silicone hood would work a lot better. The back sled is removable for transporting or in case you want to set the prompter up on a separate stand from the camera. We've tried this before, but it kind of defeats the purpose of an all-in-one dedicated rig. The sled hooks into the frame and it has a screw to keep it in place. It comes with an adjustable slider operated by a tension wheel. We also added a quick release here for ease of use. PrompterPeople included a couple of risers to accommodate different size cameras. In our case, using a long lens with a foot, we do not need to adjust the height. There's also a counterweight in this kit to help balance the setup on a fluid head. Using a prompting monitor instead of a tablet is great for this dedicated setup since there's a lot less prep work. There are only 3 cables to connect for this whole rig: the power cable, the HDMI to the camera for the talent monitor, and the HDMI to the laptop for the prompter. To send text to the prompter, there's a software provided by PrompterPeople, but we've had some trouble with it. We tried some other options, and they all have similar settings like font size and color. We've brought this rig along for productions, and even though it's not exactly portable, the packing is pretty quick. There's a padded carrying bag available separately for transporting, and PrompterPeople also offers a special V-mount holder and D-tap cable for battery-powered operation in the field. Here's an interesting way to make a wireless rig with this setup. The 2 monitors can run off a 1 V-mount battery that also has a USB-C port to power a wireless HDMI receiver. We thought of a way to make use of the rails on these sleds to mount this receiver, and at first it looked like the size of a regular cold shoe mount, but it didn't fit, and sending down the sides was taking way too long. But it turned out that these countersink 1/4-inch screws fit perfectly. The only problem is they spin around. But in our studio setup, that's not a big deal. Hopefully PrompterPeople can come out with some holder accessories for 1/4-inch mounts for their sleds, but please don't forget locating pins. Going between 2 prompters is incredibly difficult, you know. I hope you hit that subscribe button just for this. I'm doing this for you. The smaller PocketCue version 2 is of course a lot more portable. Basically, it's a metal frame connected with screws to a base that holds the screen, the hood, and the camera all in one. The hood is removable and is held in place with magnets. There's a fail-safe on top, but none on the sides, which open pretty easy with the weight of the glass. On the back of the frame, there's an interchangeable back cover for a phone or a camera. The fabric sleeve on the back eliminates light leaks. It's really simple and would have been a lot better in silicone. Maybe PrompterPeople can redesign this since it's a modular design and can easily be replaced. The base of this rig has a single 1/4-inch mount on the bottom. It features flat rail holders to fasten the tablet base or the screen on the front, and a camera bracket on the back. The rail V-mount holder could work here if this bracket had a rail. Actually, this rail design is a pretty good idea. The design of these brackets feels a little too simplistic and lacks a battery mount for the screen option. These simple brackets could be a lot more useful if they had these rails, so you could mount the talent monitor or other accessories. The good thing about this whole system is that it's modular and any innovations can be added pretty easily. So who are these products for? The oversimplified design language of these systems is definitely a limiting factor for a lot of users. Though they are modular and they can be transported, these prompters are a lot better in the studio where they are rigged for a specific shooting setup. The all-in-one rig is actually very easy to use and has become our go-to for these reviews. As for pricing, the 15-inch Flex Plus costs $800 and the PocketCue V2 is $350. There are different kits available with accessories and add-ons, so consult the company's website to see all the pricing. And that is it for our review of these teleprompters by PrompterPeople. Go check out the full review on our website at LensVid.com. Subscribe to this channel and come back for more videos. We'll see you in the next one.
Subscribe.
Hopefully PrompterPeople can come up with some holder accessories for 1/4-inch mounts for the sleds. Please don't forget locating pins. Please don't forget locating pins. PrompterPeople, please don't forget locating pins.